Yay, hi friends. All right, let's do this. Hello, let me know where you're watching from, how you're doing, and all that good stuff. All right. Let's do it. away she goes, 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 away she running away with me. She goes, away it's just my imagination. She goes, running away, away she goes, just my imagination, running away with me. Running away with me. Just my imagination, running away with me. Running away with me. Just my imagination, running away with me. Running away with me. Just my imagination, running away with me. Running away with me. Just my imagination, running away with me. Running away with me. Just my imagination. She goes away, running away, away she goes, away she goes,
Ain't nobody can see you.
away she goes, away away, away she goes, away she goes. Just my imagination, running away with me.
Sorry, y'all. My eyes are burning.
Running away with me. Each day through my window I watch her as she passes by. I say to myself, you're such a lucky guy to have a girl like her is truly a dream come true. Out of all of the fellas in the world, she belongs to me. But it was just my imagination running away with me. Oh, tell you it was just my imagination running away with me. Well, it was just my imagination running away with me. Oh, tell you it was just my imagination running away with me. Soon we'll be married. raise a family with a cozy little home out in the country with 2 children, maybe 3. I tell you, I can visualize it all. This couldn't be a dream, for too real it all seems. Well, it was just my imagination once again running away with me. I'll tell you, it was just my imagination running away with me. I never met her, but I can't forget her. Just my imagination. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Running away with me. I'll tell you, it was just my imagination running away with me. Every night on my knees I pray, dear Lord, hear my plea. Don't ever let another take a love from me, or I would surely die. Oh, heavenly, when her arms enfold me, I hear a tender rhapsody. But in reality, she doesn't even know me. But in reality, she doesn't even know me. But in reality, she doesn't even know me. She doesn't even know. She goes away. But in reality, she doesn't even know. She goes away. She goes away. She's just my imagination once again, running away with me. Oh, tell you it was just my imagination running away. I never met her, but I can't forget her. Ooh, yeah, 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 running away with me. Oh, tell you it was just my imagination running away with me. She goes away, but in reality, she doesn't even. In reality, she doesn't even. In reality, in reality, in reality, she doesn't even know me. She goes away. She goes away. In reality, in reality, in reality, in reality, in reality, in reality, she doesn't even know. She goes away. She doesn't even know. She goes away. She doesn't even know. She goes away. 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 She reality away. She doesn't even know. She goes. Yay! Turn this filter off. Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Thank you for being here. I'm going to shout you guys out. Marcus, Jay, Indinia, I'm blessed by you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Marcus, I'm glad you enjoyed the blend. And of course, the classic line from the Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Jay again. Agape Love, hi. How are you? It's good to see you. Wingable 500, hola. I'm glad you like that part. That part is one of my favorite parts too. It's kind of sad. The song is really good, but like, it's not kind of sad, it is sad. It's just like this whole song, like you're being taken on a journey, like, oh my God, he's so in love with this woman. And then at the end, he's like, actually, she doesn't know me. And it's like, oh man. Like every night on your knees you pray. That's crazy for this woman, but you don't know her. Anyway, Marcus, hi again, yay. So it's Monday, and so we're trying this thing out where we're doing, let me turn the reverb off because that's a lot. Is this, no, it's not better. But yeah, we're trying this thing where we're trying to do a talk and music at the same time. So we did our music. We're going to do some more music at the end. I have something I want to share with you guys. I had fun doing that. And of course, if you didn't know, that was Just My Imagination by the Temptations. Check them out if you don't know them. They're amazing. They're one of my favorite groups. And yes, and so I have another song I want to try with you guys at the end. I might try my rapping abilities. We'll see how that works. But before then, we can talk. Let's talk. So the title of the video is called Are You Too Sensitive? Right? Because I'm actually going to switch mics, so bear with me. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I feel like, I don't know, a lot of people, I've heard basically all my life, I've heard that I'm too sensitive. And yeah, it's not really a good feeling when someone tells you that. Like whenever anybody puts two in front of anything, it makes it seem like it's a flaw or a weakness. And so can you guys hear me? Can you all hear me? I switched microphones mid-talk, so hopefully you can hear me. But let me know if you can't. If it's wacky, we'll just go back. But either way, I'm growing up. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, so that was something new we're trying, so that's cool. Yay, awesome. So yeah, so growing up, I was told all my life, I was told that I was too sensitive. And so my mother is very sensitive. Okay, great. Thank you. So my mother's very sensitive. And so growing up, so my father was in the Navy, so sometimes he'd be gone, right? And so but even in all that, I still felt like I could have emotions. Like my mom, thank you. So yeah, so my mom is very sensitive too. Like she'll cry at the drop of a hat. It's just very like all at once. And so that's how I'm sensitive too. Like I'm sensitive in that same way. When I try to stop crying, I can't do it. Like the tears just like, it burns and it just comes out. And I think when I was growing up, I thought that there was something wrong with me. I thought that like, oh, I'm not strong enough, or I'm not, I don't know what the word is. People would always tell me grow thicker skin. So it's like, what is the opposite? Thin skinned. So I guess I was like too thin skinned. I don't know. But people would always be like, you need to grow a tougher skin. You need to not man up, but like in some situations, yes, like you need to man up, or you need to, stop being so sensitive, stop crying all the time. And so I cry for a lot of reasons. I cry because I'm happy. I cry because I'm sad. Sometimes I cry because I'm angry, right? But yeah, it's not easy for me to hide my emotions. Let's just put it that way. And so, again, when I was younger with my mom, it was okay to be emotional because my mom is an emotional person as well. And so I said, let me make this disclaimer. I feel like people like to use emotionalism as like a way to sun somebody, or like sun is like not the right word I want to use, but a way to like look down on them. I think that sometimes without realizing it, when we call someone emotional or we call someone sensitive, it's usually in a way that's very like demeaning and kind of disrespectful, really. And so I don't know if that's because somebody told us that we can't be sensitive, or I don't know if it's because like, I don't know, maybe people don't know how to deal with emotions. And so instead of dealing with it, then they just rather just tell people, hey, stop feeling, which is like, how do you stop feeling? Anyway, so yeah, when I was younger, I felt broken and weak. And, I would ask myself all the time, like I said, am I too sensitive? Like, what does that mean to be too sensitive? And I tried to have a tougher skin. I tried not to like let things get to me. I tried, to not cry. I tried to not feel anything about it. But even I feel like it's more unhealthy to not talk about things than it is to talk about things. I'd rather, like, if I have kids, like, I'd rather my kids, like, be a well that's just, like, overrunning with emotions than then, like, trying to bottle it up and then exploding later on. Agape Love says, it's the culture. It is the culture. It is. And I'm trying to figure out why that is the culture. Like, why is emotionalism looked down on so much? Like, I think emotions are beautiful. I think emotions, if anything, they are just a sign that something is wrong or good or, like, something is a little off. And so I feel like when we're not really tuned into our emotions, we kind of lose a part of ourselves. I feel like sensitivity. I feel like sensitivity, let's start here. I feel like sensitivity is a gift. I feel like God gave all of us sensitivity. I feel like if we didn't have sensitive feelers, then we would just be kind of like going with the wind and wondering why, how did my leg get broken? It's like, well, you didn't listen to your intuition when it told you not to jump off the roof. I don't know. Like, this is an extreme example, but I feel like people look at sensitivity as somehow being weaker than someone else. Like, somehow if I'm more callous, right? If I'm steel, then the person who feels is less strong than I am. And I honestly think it's the opposite. I feel like it takes strength to show emotion. It takes strength to show sensitivity. It takes strength to remain uncallous in this callous world. Like, living is hard. Life is hard, right? People are mean. People are cruel. The world's systems are set up unjustly. Like, there's a list that we can go down to talk about what's wrong with the world, right? But I feel like our response to it, instead of listening to those emotions that are like outraged, right? Instead of listening to the emotions that are telling us to be outraged, to be upset about something, to be sad about something, we're like, no. I have to quiet those feelings. I have to quiet those emotions because there's no place for them here. But I feel like if more people were brave enough to show their sensitivity, then I feel like the world would be a better place. That's just what I feel. I also don't believe that one person is more sensitive than the other. I feel like we're all sensitive, but we all show it in different ways. And I feel like those ways that we show it is really dependent upon our upbringing. I feel like, and even if you're not sensitive about something that someone else is sensitive about, it doesn't mean that you're less sensitive than them, right? It just means that maybe that's just not something that you're passionate about. And speaking of passion, if I'm all over the place, let me know. But speaking about passion, as a Black woman, like, and I'm sure even as Black men, I'm sure, like, I feel like Black men are looked at as these hard creatures. Like, they're looked at as, why I take my glasses off? Like, I can see these comments. Black men are looked at as monsters. Like, they're looked at as, and this is a general observation, but they're looked at like they are hard and they are calloused, right? But there are a lot of emotional men, and I feel like, because people are sensitive in general, I feel like people don't know where to put their sensitivity. People don't know where to put their emotions because no one has really taught them how to deal with their emotions. So all anger is hurt. All anger is hurt, and now it's coming out in a different way, in rage or whatever it is. But I feel like because people don't know how to deal with their emotions, and maybe growing up, I don't know what it's like to grow up as a man because I'm a woman, but maybe growing up, I hear constantly that men think, oh, I can't be emotional around my friends or around my parents or my father specifically, or my older cousins or older brothers or whatever, because there's no room for me to be sensitive. Like, it makes me sad when I see little baby boys crying and their parents are telling them, stop crying and stop all that fussing. It's like, why can't they cry? Like, this is not healthy. This is not okay. And I also understand, what I also want to point out is that there is a sense of survival, I think, especially for Black folk. I feel like this is just my kind of, I wasn't back there, but like, I feel like back then as in like maybe 40, 50, 60, maybe even 20 years ago, right? Maybe there wasn't a lot of room for emotionalism because it's like, we got to survive, bro. Like, you crying, like, what are we crying for? We have to survive. You all are talking, so let me. And then, yeah, you are happy if you be you, and that being real. Yes. Like, just be yourself. Jay says, a lot of folks hide and shy away from their emotions because they don't really know how to process them. Exactly.
Or like there's not a safe place for them to like land them. You know what I mean? Like a safe place. So I agree with that. Marcus says people associate emotionalism with women. Yikes. So misogynoir is an element of why people hate emotional expression. Oh, Marcus, I didn't want to go there, but we're going there. We're here. We're here. We're here. Jay points up and basically agree. Good stuff, Marcus. Okay, let's talk about this, right? Since we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it, right? Because it's so funny to me that just like what you're talking about, when you're playing sports, you throw like a girl, you hit like a girl, you know, stop crying, girls cry, stop crying like a girl, stop being a B word, right? And so B word referencing female dogs, but more specifically, people use B words to describe women in general. And it's really interesting because we never really pay attention to why boys are called girls when they're being emotional or sensitive. And so what does that mean in turn? It means, like Marcus said, it means that women are looked down on. It means that women are less than. If you're expressing your emotions like a woman, then you're less than whatever the standard of man is, or what the standard of, we'll just say, like, I guess being stable. Because even when you look at the words like hysterectomy, right? Hysterics. You look at, what else? Like a lot of the language that we use, we don't really realize how much misogyny, and specifically for Black women, misogynoir, is so embedded in our culture. Like, it's like, okay. And so and in turn, a lot of mothers even say this to their sons. And I'm like, sis, but what are you saying about yourself? Right? Almost as if there's something wrong with being a woman. There's something wrong with being emotional. And I do feel like women do get more out. It's double-sided, right? Because I make my points. But on one side, I feel like women get a pass to be emotional or sensitive, to express their emotions. If they're crying, it's fine or whatever. Men, on the other hand, usually the only time I see men cry, sadly, is when they're angry. Like, generally speaking, I hardly ever see men crying when they're sad, like, except funerals and like, and this is just a generalization, right? But a lot of men I've heard, like even fathers, say that they're afraid to show their kids crying because they have to look strong. They have to look, like they have it all together, as if being sensitive or showing emotion is less than strong. It's like, where are we getting this? Where are we getting this from? Like, what is this? And we wonder why, like, men are so unhealthy, like healthy mentally, physically. Like, you have to process your emotions. You have to get those things out. And even, again, this is what I heard. I haven't read it myself. I'm like the studies behind it. But when you cry, you let go of toxins. Like, your body's literally getting rid of stuff when you cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so we're hoarding all these toxins in our body, all these emotions. And we wonder why we're sick and ill and stressed out and depleted when we don't have a safe place to express our emotions or to be sensitive. And Dina says, it's my party and I cry if I want to. I will cry, okay? I will cry. And I've growing up, when I cry, I realize I apologize for crying. I feel like, and this is for women, I feel like women are kind of conditioned to apologize for them being. They're conditioned to apologize for their emotions, for their natural things. Like, oh, I have to hide this. I have to hide my body. I have to hide, my period when I get it. Like, I'm saying? Like, something happens. Oh, that's such a mistake. It's something that I have to hide. It's something I'm to be ashamed of. And so I feel like growing up, because a lot of the people around me were like, you're too sensitive. Stop crying. I would always apologize for it. I'm sorry. Because there was no way. Like, when my aunt would fuss at me, I would go to Philly and stay with my aunt sometimes. My aunt would fuss at me for something somebody else did, right? And so she would fuss at me and I would cry because I felt all this pressure. I felt all this. And, I don't think she was doing it on purpose. I love my aunt. But I felt very, like, criticized. I felt very small. I felt like I disappointed somebody. And so I would cry and she wouldn't understand, like, why are you crying? Why are you upset? Like, stop crying. You know what I mean? And so I'm just like, I'm sorry. And like the tears are just like falling out of my face. I'm sorry for crying. But I really feel like a lot of people like me feel like there's something wrong with them because they're too sensitive, because people have told them that they're too emotional, too sensitive or whatever. But what I see your criticism, but I offer you, like, maybe I raise you. That's what I'm going to say. I raise you that maybe sensitivity is a strength. Maybe sensitivity is a gift. Maybe it's not something to be brought in. I feel like maturity and sensitivity is important because If you're mature and sensitive, then you know, oh, I'm mad. I can't be slapping everybody because I'm upset. You know what I'm saying? But you can recognize that I'm angry because something was done unjustly. I'm upset because someone disrespected me and I have to put up boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I don't know. I'm sad because I really was in love with this person, whether it be a friend or a romantic relationship, and this person left me and they meant something to me. You know what I'm saying? So as someone who's been broken up with over and over again, I don't like, I hate being the one who's more sensitive than the other person. I hate it. I hate it because it makes me feel like I cared more. Because when I'm in my relationships, I'm all in. I'm talking romantic, I'm talking platonic, sisterly, like whatever. Like if you're my person, you're my person. And so it always confused me when people could leave and seemingly, I don't know if they didn't feel anything, seemingly not feel anything. And so you get this toxic energy when people break up where it's like, I don't care about this person no more. And it's like, well, what does that say about you if you don't care? If you never cared, why were you with them? Right? I don't know. That's a whole other tangent. I have notes, but you know, I understand what it feels like to be the most sensitive person in the room, or the most expressingness. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. But the person who's expressing the most emotion in the room, and how it can feel like you have to apologize for what you're doing. So again, going back to when people say, grow a tough skin, get thicker skin. Okay. How does one grow thicker skin, right? Unless you have some sort of medical condition. I'm playing guitar, like I'm learning guitar, and my fingers up here are calloused. You can't see them. The camera's too far. But my fingers are calloused. And it's calloused because I keep rubbing my fingers up and down a string. I keep pressing strings down. to make the little shapes on the guitar, to make the chords. And so in order to become calloused, that means that I have to keep being rubbed harder and harder, like harder against something that's pushing against my skin. And Dina says, it shows that you care and feel their pain. Yes, exactly. Listen, for my, what do they call empaths? I just feel like people are supposed to be empathetic. That's just how I feel. But you know how it feels when your friend is broken and like there's nothing you can do about it. And sometimes you cry because you're mourning like for your friend, but you're also like mourning the fact that you can't change it, because if you could change it, you would. You would. Thank you, Marcus. Expressive. There we go. When you're the most expressive person. Okay, so my theory is that everybody is sensitive. I feel like everybody is born sensitive. It doesn't make sense. Like you're this newborn baby, you're fresh out the womb, everything is new. You know, babies and toddlers are in like, they don't care. Like they're gonna cry because you told them no, because no is a rejection, right? No is like, you're supposed to love me. Like, can you imagine how traumatic it is for a baby to get their spanking, like their first like little tap on the hand? After you get all this love and all this care from a parent, then one day they tap you and it's like, excuse me, that's not how this works, right? Like this isn't our relationship. This is not our agreement. I feel like for kids, they're so feeling that it's like when we see toddlers having a tantrum, that's emotionalism or sensitivity without maturity, right? So they're on the floor. I wasn't, because my mom wasn't having it, but they're on the floor, sprawled out, like kicking in circles and, you know, hitting people or whatever. Again, not my story, but yes, they do stuff like this because they're trying to express their feelings. They don't know how to process their feelings. And so I feel like as we grow older, we're conditioned to believe that if we are sensitive or expressive with our emotions, then we're less than. You know, the kids being mean on the schoolyard because somebody told them they couldn't be emotional. Maybe they told an older brother or whoever, right? And then they're passing on this culture to other people. Their the kid friends around them. Maybe a teacher said that to them because they don't know how to deal with emotions. Or an auntie, whatever, a bus driver, whoever is telling them you're too sensitive. And so this person starts to put on more layers. And so does it mean that a person with thick skin isn't sensitive, or does it mean that they just have protective layers on so that they don't feel anything? Does that make sense? Like, it's like me wearing 10 coats. Like, yeah, if you punch me, I'm probably not going to feel it. But if I'm brave enough to take that stuff off and you punch me in my chest, I'm going to feel it. It's going to hurt. So which one is better? Like, which one is better, to be callous in this world full of feeling and tasting and emotions and the beautiful things? Because I feel like when you're callous, you not only protect yourself from the hard things, the things that you don't want to feel, the things you don't want to experience, but you also protect yourself from the good things. Like, there's no way, like, I feel like that's the beauty of feeling. I feel like the beauty of feeling is that yes, some stuff sucks, right? And so as deep as the pain can get, that's as, I don't know, as high or as tall as the joy you can feel, or as deep as the joy. So if you're callous and you're covering yourself, you're not going to experience the beautiful and full life that God wants you to experience. That's just how I feel. So again, some people don't know how to handle emotions, and I understand that. I feel like the first time I hung out with my husband, we were friends at the time, but the first time I hung out with my husband, I cried, and he just kind of looked at me like, I could see it in his face. He was trying very hard to be nice, right? To be attentive. But at the same time, I feel like he didn't know what to do or say. And so I was talking about something. And so I could see him looking at me and handing me a tissue. You know what I'm saying? But he never made me feel like, ooh, girl, we don't do that over here. We don't cry over here. But I knew that it made him uncomfortable. And so I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm emotional. That's why when I say, if I cry, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I'm not dying. I think I'm just open to and okay with expressing myself with tears, expressing myself in laughter, expressing myself in anger, and be okay with that, because I understand that's the breadth of the human experience. As a Black woman, I meant to say this before, the angry Black woman trope, right? One, as if Black women don't have things to be angry about. That's the first thing. But even if she's angry, what's the problem with that? Is her anger just showing her passion and her compassion for her fellow people? Or is it that, you're just annoyed by this woman's constant need for there to be justice, for there to be respect? I had to apologize to my mom recently, because when I was growing up, my mom, when we would go out to dinner, she was very unapologetic about, no, I ordered this. I want this, right? And so I was so, I don't know, not intimidated, but embarrassed. I'll be honest, I was embarrassed, because I'm like, girl, can you just, I know you ordered broccoli and you got green beans, but can you just eat the green beans, right? Can we just move on? And my mother was very much no, we can't, because that's not what I ordered. That's not what I'm spending my money on. And I feel like I was trying to tell her to kind of, lower her expectations for her going out to eat. And even though yes, it might've been an Applebee's, or, it might not have been 5-star dining, but that wasn't the point. The point was she ordered what she ordered and it wasn't right. And I feel like I was embarrassed, but also I felt for the server, but at the same time, I feel like I didn't want my mother to have that angry Black woman stereotype. And I find myself doing this when I would go out to eat and something would get wrong, the order would be wrong. And I'm like, should I send this back, or should I could eat it. It's fine. I don't want to bother anybody. But no, I'm paying my money to eat this meal that I want to eat in the way that I want it to eat. And yes, I want it to be warm, right? And so my mother was very unapologetic about that. When I was younger, I was very embarrassed by that. Getting older and understanding how the world looks at Black women, understanding that my mother grew up with parents who may not have been able to send their food back. Does that make sense? Being able to express themselves so vocally. That is, what is the word I'm looking for? That is liberating, but it's also, oh my gosh, what is the word? It's it's a win. It's a win for the Black community, because somebody help me with the word that basically means it's a protest. It's a protest, but it's not a protest. Either way, y'all know what I'm trying to say. It is for Black women to stand in their truth and be like, I didn't order green beans, sis. I ordered broccoli. And not saying it in a mean way, but being able to be unapologetic about that, revolutionary. It's revolutionary for my mom to be able to send her food back. You know what I'm saying? It's revolutionary, because she's not only just representing her and her meal, right? She's representing all the Black women who came before her. All the people who couldn't even eat at the counter, all the people who couldn't even eat at the restaurant. You see what I'm saying? And so she's like, yeah, I want my broccoli. That's what I ordered. That's what I want. And so I feel like this need to not be the angry Black woman makes a lot of Black women kind of cower to themselves and be like, I can express every emotion other than anger. Because if I express anger, then I'm not doing my other fellow Black women a service, right? I'm doing them a disservice by being angry. But then the world looks at Black women. You look at the statistics. They look at Black women like they are monsters, that they are invincible, that they are that they can be experimented on, that they don't need help giving birth. They don't need the proper attention and care giving birth. And that's why Black women are dying at higher rates than anybody else giving birth to women, because they assume that we don't have no feelings, that we don't have any feelings. And back in the day, as in like slavery time, no, nobody cared about our feelings. Jim Crow, nobody cared about our feelings, right? Like, until we made them care, until we hit them in their pockets to make them care. I didn't plan on going here, but I really feel like, especially for Black folks, you being emotional, you being sensitive, that is a revolutionary act. That is a beautiful act. Like, you standing in all of your, and I'm not saying you have to be offensive to anybody. I'm not saying you have to be unkind, but you can say, yo, I'm sad. We're just now getting it kind of normalized for Black folks to go to counseling. Like, Black folks have been needing to go to counseling, but I also understand people don't have it. So some people can't go. Some people go to the barbershop, the bar, like, the hair salon, the nail shop, wherever they go, or just a friend's house to get their counsel. But mental health is just starting to become a thing that's being normalized. And I feel like because people felt like they had to be hard, or they couldn't be sensitive, or that something was wrong with them being sensitive, we're dying at early rates, we're getting sick, all this other stuff, and we're imploding. I didn't plan on going there, it's not on the notes, but I think that's important to say. Yeah, and sometimes it's easy. I feel like it's a very lazy thing to call someone angry when they're just impassioned. I think sometimes people are angry, but I also feel like sometimes people are just passionate about what they're talking about. When I talk like this, right? When I'm talking about something I care about, I get very impassioned. My voice rises, my eyebrows rise, I got little creases in my forehead. I'm moving my hands. What else? I'm being very direct with what I'm saying. I'm not laughing, I'm not playing, but it's something I'm passionate about. And so I think a lot of times some people can mistake people's passion for anger, right? People can mistake someone being manic, for them just being impassioned. And I think for a lot of Black women, I feel like, for me too, like, people have said, why are you so angry? I'm like, I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I'm just sharing something with you that I honestly and truly care about, and something that means a lot to me. So I feel like there's this whole world of emotions and sensitivity that we really have to explore and really give ourselves permission to explore for ourselves, but also other people. And we really have to be careful with the language we use with other people, because it can be very hurtful. It can be very traumatic. It can break someone. Like, again, I'm grateful to have friends that I don't feel like I have to hide my emotions with, that I don't feel like they feel super uncomfortable when I cry, right? They give me my little time. They're like, okay. And I get back to it, and we get going. But I know for a lot of people, some people don't have those kinds of friends, that kind of family, that kind of, support structure in their lives where they can be a complete human all the way around. And to me, it's really sad. Yay, inside the mind of this millennial. Hi. I can't lie. It blows my mind to hear men defend women and support us. It's like shocking and weird, but appreciated. Okay, same. When I see men defending women, my heart, it swells. Like, it just feels, because you see so much of the opposite. You know what I mean? Like, you see so much of the opposite, and it's starting to become toxic. And personally, like, my husband knows this, my friends on here know this. I got to stop watching men who don't protect or support Black women, like, women in general, but like specifically Black women, because it's Black men that be talking about it. And because it's making me lose hope. It's like, there's just, every time I watch like one of those videos or whatever, just a little bit of hope just kind of dies, because I'm just like, yo, are we devolving? Like, what is happening? But yeah, anyway, but yes, it blows my mind too when I see a Black man, or when I see a man supporting or defending women, for sure. And yes, so again, I feel like sensitivity is something we've all been gifted. Your intuition, people can call it different names, like your inner voice, whatever it is. I feel like we've all been gifted that sensitivity, but for some of us, we're missing out on its benefits, because we're too busy, we're too worried about how we're going to look to other people feeling sensitive. I feel like there are times when some of my friends, like, because I'm sensitive, I know that my sensitivity is not just for me. So sometimes my friends will say something to somebody else, right? And my friend might think, oh, that was fine what I said. And I'll tell my friend, like, actually, I think you kind of hurt their feelings. I think, from their body language, from like the way that they kind of move, I feel like you kind of hurt their feelings. And I can't explain it. It's just a vibe, right? It's just like, something doesn't feel right. But if I didn't have that sensitivity, I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to read that. With other friends who aren't so expressive with their emotions. Sometimes my sensitivity allows them to be expressive, right? So I'm like, I notice, like you said, what do you mean by that? You know, like asking more questions, because what you're telling me is not what you really mean. And I know that. And I'm not judging you for it, but I'm just like, this is a safe place. You can say what you need to say here. You can understand that we have such a good relationship that I'm not going to throw you away because you think something different than me. Or if I offended you, let me know. Like something, something like that. I feel like sensitive people are a gift. I feel like everybody's sensitive. And so I also feel like sensitive people give people who are more calloused or more covered or blocked off room to be all of themselves. Jay says, inside this mind, that's disheartening to hear that it's shocking. Yeah, but I understand. There's a lot of work that needs to be done in our world, especially in the Black community. For sure. We Black men have a lot of work to do for the good of our people. Y'all are important. Like, Black men are important. And I don't even mean romantically. Like, yes, great, sure. You know what I mean? But even just in community, you all are the leaders. You all are supposed to be the leaders in the community. We need y'all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Winged Wolf 500 says, sometimes it takes that third person outside the situation to notice it. I agree. Indenia says, I am worthy and blessed by God, so you cannot bring me down. Listen, get it, girl. Listen, sometimes I be down. I'm gonna just be honest. Sometimes I be down for the count, but I get it back up though. I get back up eventually. Winged Wolf, sometimes it does take a third person outside to notice it, because like if you have this, when you're used to working with people like one-on-one, like you already have your assumptions about this person. This person might not even want to express like what they're feeling towards you, but someone on the outside who's very like kind of has like an subjective, whatever, who's an outside party, they have more room to, differentiate between like, does this feel weird? Or like, you didn't notice that, because we're so used to people, and we're so used to making assumptions again about people before they even said something or done something. We're so used to people being certain people in our lives that we don't even have that sensitivity anymore to notice when something's wrong sometimes. So I agree with that. So yes, I feel like this world has made being numb normal. It's weird to me. Like, it's a weird flex to me when people be like, look at you crying. That's why you mad. That's why you hurt. Or I don't know, like, it's weird to me. Like, it's like, are we really rejoicing in the fact that you're more numb than this person? Like, does that make you a better person than the other? It's almost like the less feeling you have, it's a very prideful thing. The less feelings you have invested in a situation, a person, a relationship, whatever it is, the stronger you are, which is like, no, that means you were guarded the whole time in your relationship. And that actually requires no strength at all. That requires like no skin in the game. When you're emotional and you're all in, when you tell someone I love you, again, whether romantic or just friends, when you tell someone you mean a lot to me, when you say that hurt my feelings, you know what I'm saying? When you say I'm upset about this thing, or I'm happy about this thing, I'm so excited about this, that takes vulnerability. Vulnerability takes strength, because even if you say, oh my God, I'm so excited about this thing, you run the risk of somebody ruining that thing for you, or that thing being ruined by something else, right? When you're saying that hurt my feelings, you're running the risk of someone not caring. You're running the risk of, someone seeing you and not honoring you, someone seeing you and hurting you even more. Like, there have been tons of situations where I've come to a person and said, hey, I love you, but this thing hurt, right? And so for them, it's like, girl, like, I don't know, after they've left or whatever, that's why you mad. Why are you in your feelings? It's like, because I'm a human. What? Why am I in my feelings? Because God gave me feelings. Like, why are you better than me? Because you ain't got no feelings. You need to go to therapy. And I'm joking, but I'm serious. I feel like therapy's for everybody. Disclaimer. But yeah, just because you don't feel anything doesn't mean that you're better than somebody else. So for all my impassioned, sensitive, loving, angry, excited, feeling people out there, you are not alone. You are a gift. Like, your sensitivity is a gift. Don't let nobody, they can tell you, but don't absorb that. And I know it's hard not to absorb that, especially because this world is so cold and hard. This world thrives off of you downplaying your emotionalism, or it thrives off of you not being mature in your emotionalism. So You can emotionally eat, you can emotionally buy, you can emotionally react to somebody, you can cuss them out, you can slash their tires, break their windows, break their legs, whatever that is for you. There's nothing wrong with the feeling behind the emotion. There's nothing wrong with you feeling. There's nothing wrong with you being angry. A lot of people like to use that scripture and be like, you can't be angry. Where did God say you can't be angry? God be angry. Like, where is that? It's like, you're not supposed to act on your anger. Like, sure. Like, yeah, but you can be angry. Things can make you mad. You can be sad. You can be sensitive, and it doesn't make you any less of a person. If anything, it makes you more of a person. And I really believe that in order to experience the glorious life that God wants us to experience, we have to be sensitive. We have to peel off those layers. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, use discernment. Don't peel off your layers in front of everybody. But again, I don't even agree with that. Don't make yourself vulnerable, like in an intimate way with people you don't know. But I feel like it's important that we remain vulnerable. We remain soft. We remain sensitive, like baby skin. You know what I mean? If God is always telling us to be more like children, what does that mean? Like, that means that they're not jaded by our lives' experiences. That means they're not, they might be burned, but they're still open to being vulnerable again. I love when someone is like, yeah, I'm out of a relationship, but whatever. I'm on to the next one. Like, I mean, do it in a healthy way, but like someone who is not allowing their past experiences to be like, I hate everybody now. Forget the world. Middle fingers up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it takes more strength. That's easy. It takes more strength to get up every single day and be like, okay, I'm gonna try again. Let's do this again. Take your little morning time. Listen, there'll be days when I just be, again, in bed. And then I get up and I'm like, all right, now it's time to move on. Like, sometimes I tell my husband, I tell my friends, I just need a day to like vent and be mad and then get up and do it all over again. So I hope this made sense. I hope this was helpful. Basically, the last thing I wrote on this paper is that I want to feel it all. I want to feel everything. I want at the end of my life to be like, I felt everything. Everything. You know what I mean? And I feel like that means that I've lived a life well lived. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. I hope that I didn't lose all of you there with those points. But yeah, let me know what you think. Like, do you feel like you can be sensitive? Do you feel like you are a sensitive person? Do you feel like you're more, when I say callous, I don't mean like mean in a way that people say callous. I just mean like, do you protect yourself? Do you, protect yourself off from a lot of people? Because that's valid too. Like if that's the way that you have to do for right now, then do that. But I implore you at some point to try to feel life again, because if you can't feel nothing, I don't know if that's a life worth living. I don't know. That's just my own personal opinion. But I love you. Yes. Okay. Marcus says, be angry, sin not. This. So yeah, I hate when people take that and be like, don't be angry. Why can't I be angry? Ephesians 4:26, for all of you who want to know where that is. You're allowed to be angry. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So since we've just talked, we're going to, let me know what you guys are thinking. Like, do you like the music and talking all at the same time? Also, y'all, I was really nervous. I took a week off and like all my confidence just went whoosh, the window's over here, whoosh, out the window. But yeah, let me know. Do you guys like the music and talking and then music at the end? Or do you really prefer to have one day for talking and then one day for music? We're just testing it out. We're trying it. So any feedback would be wonderful while I set up for this next song. But like I said, we're going to try to do we're going to try to do some rapping. So yeah. First of all, okay. So yeah, let me know, guys. Oh, Rocio Gold. Really thankful for you, Alicia. I'm thankful for you. Thank you. I hope that you were able to get something from this, if anything. Even if it's not like answers, maybe it's just like, okay, somebody else gets it. All right. Y'all ready? Now I'm gonna switch back the mic to the looper so we can do some more music. Andina says, thank you for talking about it. It makes you think, and you may not saying a thing that may be hated to someone. Thank you for talking about it. Thank you for talking about it. It makes you think, And you may not say anything that may be hated to. Yeah, absolutely. Not bars. We're gonna try our best. The song is like mad mellow, so it'll probably just be like just fun. All right, here we go. Don't mind me, guys, just switching over. But yes. All right, there we go. All right. Okay. Can you all hear me now? I hope you can. I hope you can hear me. I'm trying to remember my note. Okay. Ooh. Marcus says, Lil Alicia spitting hot. Listen, we're going to try. Hot fire. Okay. Let's see. I got the lyrics up and everything because I don't want to play myself. You know how, like, you know songs, but then, like, there's always, like, a point where you drop out the song? And so I don't want that to happen today. All right. Here we go. What is that? Okay. All right. Y'all bear with me. This is just impromptu. I practiced a little bit, but here we go. Here we go. When you'll need someone, I will be by your side. There is a light that shines special for you and me. When you'll need someone, I will be by your side. Oh, darling, there is a light
that shines special for you and me. There are times when you'll need someone. I will be by your side. Oh, darling, there is a light that shines special for you and me. There are times when you'll need someone. I will be by your side. Oh, darling, there is a light that shines special for you and me. There are times when you'll need someone. I will be by your side. Oh, darling, there is a light that shines special for you and me. There are times when you'll need someone. I will be by your side. Oh, darling, there is a light that shines special for you and me. There are times when you'll need someone. I will be by your side. Oh, darling, there is a light that shines special for you and I tried, y'all. Me. There are times when you need someone. I will be by your side. Oh, darling, pass me by. There is a light that shines special You've got for to you. Look at the other side. There are times when you need someone. I will be by your side. Oh, darling, pass me by. There is a light that shines special for you. Look on the other side. There are times when you need someone. I will be by your side. Oh, darling, pass me by. You've got to look on the other side. Let me the holiness, pass me by. You've got to look on the other side. Let me the holiness, pass me by. You've got to look on the other side. When you need someone. All right, y'all ready? We're gonna try it. Oh, darling, pass me by. There's a light that shines special for you. Look on the other side. There are times. Like double dutch. Gotta jump in. All right, here we go. I never knew a love like this. Gotta be something for me to write this. Queen, I ain't seen you in a minute. Wrote this letter and finally decided to send it. Signed, sealed, delivered for us to grow together. Love has no limit, that's been the slow forever. I know your heart is weathered by what studs did to you. I ain't gonna salt them cause I probably did it too. Because of you, feelings I handle with care. Some ninjas can't recognize the light, but they can't handle the glare. Oh my God, I'm messing up so bad. The relationship is effort. I will match your worth. I want to be the one that makes you happy as it hurts you the most. They say the end is near. It's important that we close to the most high. Regardless of what happens, on him let's rely. There are times I wish that when you'll need someone, I will be by your side. Oh, darling, there is a light that shines special for you and me. There are times,
Marcus.
when you'll need
That's all right.
someone.
I appreciate you.
I will be by
I'm not a rapper.
your side. Oh, darling, there is a light that shines.
All right, verse 2.
Special for you and me. There are.
It's important we communicate and tune the spate of this union to the right pitch. I'll never call you my or even my boo. There's so much more in a name and so much more in you. You understand the union of woman and a man, and sex and tingle is where they assuming it land. But that's fly by night for you in the sky I write. For these cold skies night moons you my light. If heaven had a height, you would be that tall. Ghetto to coffee shop, though I see it all. Let's stick to understanding and we won't fall. For better or worse times, I hope to meet you call. So I pray every day more than anything, friends will stay as we begin to lay this foundation for a family. Love ain't simple. Why can't it be worth you work at annually? Granted, we known each other for some times. It don't take a whole day to recognize sunshine.
I will be back.
I'm off. Here we go. Okay. Let's get it.
Do-do, do-do,
Okay.
do-do. There are times when you'll need someone.
One more verse, y'all, I promise.
I will be by your side.
Ooh, baby, size me.
Darling, there is a light that shines special for you and me. Do-do. There are
It's kind of fresh, you listen to more than hip hop, and I can catch you in the mix from beauty to thrift shop. Plus you pop when it's time to, thinking you fresh, suggesting beats I should rhyme to. At times when I'm lost, I'm trying to find you. You know to give me space when it's time to. My heart's dictionary defines you. It's love and happiness. Truthfully, it's hard trying to practice abstinence. The time we committed love, it was real good. Had for me to arrive and it still feel good. But now sex ain't gonna keep you. But as my equal, it's how I must treat you. As my reflection in light, I'ma lead you. And whatever's right, I'ma feed you. Dicka-da, 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 dicka-dicka-da-da. Yo, I tell you the rest when I see you. Peace.
when you'll need someone. I will be by your side. Do-do, oh darling.
Oh, thank you.
There is a light that shines special for you and me. Do-do, do-do, that beat, do-do, loneliness, ness.
Ooh, y'all gotta give me a rap name.
Pass me by. Do-do. You got to look at the other side. You'll agree. Do-do, 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 do-do.
Hey.
Do-do, do-do.
Yay! All right. Now that I've officially embarrassed myself. I'm actually not embarrassed. That was a lot of fun. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all's kindness. When I sing to the song, it's better. I promise. But I'm reading those words like, that's not what that song says. But clearly it is what the song says. Because you know how when you hear songs, you make up your own lyrics and your own words and you make it make sense to yourself. And you're like, wait, what? This is what you were saying? But overall, it's a beautiful song. Common, The Light. I butchered it, but he's a rapper. He's amazing. He's a poet. And he's from Chicago, so shout out to Common. Yay. But yes, and it was produced by Jay Dilla. Jay Dilla produced the song, y'all. If you haven't heard his beats, please check it out. It's beautiful. I'm not a rapper, but like I would listen to his beats all day because they're just gorgeous. And yes, as Marcus says, Bobby Caldwell is the sample. This song is one of my favorites from Common. Yes, me too. It just feels so good. And it's just so wholesome. I mean, it's just wholesome. I mean, put, adult ears on because it does have some choice words. But like overall, the message of the song is just beautiful. It's just so beautiful. If heaven had a height, you would be that tall. Come on. Anyway, but yes, Bobby Caldwell. Oh, what was that? Okay, Bobby Caldwell is a sample. Why can't I think of the song? There are times when you'll need someone, I will be by your side. I take my chances before they life pass me by. Marcus, what's the name of that song? Ooh, yes. Yes, he is. He basically is. Have you seen him? He's on everything. Every commercial. What is it? The Soul of a Nation, that program. Yeah, he is. Oh my gosh, what is the name of that song? Either way, y'all. The song, if you like the song itself, then you'll like the song by Bobby Caldwell. And I remember everybody was all shocked when they found out Bobby Caldwell was a white man. So was I. The blue-eyed soul. Anyway. Oh, Open Your Eyes. Thank you, Marcus. It's right there in the lyrics. But yes, Open Your Eyes is a beautiful song. And that sample is taken from it's taken from all over the song, but like the dun 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 dun, dun it's dun 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 for like Open Your Eyes. Either way, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's art. Sampling is art. And so yes, thank you guys for being here. Let me know, like, did you like the music and talking, or do you like the music today and then talking tomorrow? Can someone please let me know? I'm really curious. But either way, it's 9:12. I want to respect you all's time. Thank you for spending time with me. I love you all. Please have a wonderful week. A wonderful week. I'll be back here on Monday. And yeah, just let me know, like, can someone leave a message now or type something if they like this kind of setup, or if they prefer something else. And Rocio Gold, thank you. Congrats on being a beginner in front of an audience. Thank you. I have never rapped in front of anybody ever before in my life. So y'all were the first ones. Congrats. You got to see me in all my glory. I want to make sure I read your comment though. You said, something God has been revealing to me is that my sensitivity and slow processing does not make me less of an adult. Nope. Or have less wisdom or maturity. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It just takes longer. Absolutely. And that's fine. Yeah, your sensitivity has no bearing on your maturity at all. Indinia, you're so generous. Very good. You are the new rapping queen. Thank you. Thank you so much. The singles will be out soon. The mixtapes. No, I appreciate you guys. That's really kind of you. Jay says, I like the whole show, music and talking, good times and good vibes. Okay, cool. I like it too. Because when I'm just doing music, I feel very nervous. When I'm talking, it makes me like loosen up and do silly stuff like that, like the light. So yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed it as well. And yes, keep creating, keep making, keep being sensitive, keep feeling, keep living. Again, like I always say, therapy's for everybody. I need to go back to therapy because I feel like we've been taught in this world to be very hard and cold, even with ourselves, and that's not okay. So yeah, just love each other, love yourself. You're doing the best you can. All right. So I love you guys. Until next time. Bye. Oh, wait, no. I always got to shout you guys out for being here. Hold on. Here we go. All right. Marcus, Jay, Indinia. Let's see. Agape Love. Wing It Wolf 500. Yo, I've been away for a week and I'm thinking I forgot how I'm supposed to do stuff. All right. Did I say Wing It Wolf 500? Wing It Wolf 500. Rocio Gold. Yay. Jay. Marcus. Make sure I get everybody. I think I said everybody. I think that was everyone, and everyone watching at home. I see you liking the I see you, Pickles. Thank you for liking this. Thank you for watching. But yes, thank you so much. Okay, I'm glad. Okay, good. You like the good vibes? Rosie says music and chats are super chill. Awesome. Marcus says I like this format. Great. So yeah, we'll be back on Monday then. Yes, we'll be back next Monday, Lord willing. And I will see you all then. Okay. Keep loving yourselves, and loving each other. All right.